I have a vision.
See this skirt? I love this skirt. I wear it all the time. But unlike most denim skirts, it has no pockets. No pockets on the front, no pockets on the back.
And I think I can do something about that. So welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I used to make a lot of sewing videos. Now I'm doing more crochet videos. Today it seems like I'm gonna be doing a little bit of both. Mainly, I just want to be able to put my phone in my pocket. I do the thing where like you keep trying to put something in a pocket that isn't there. All I really need is at least one pocket on the back so I can stick my phone in and I'll be super happy. So despite the fact that I have a million other crochet projects that need finishing, I thought today I will just do this quick little project and hopefully have something to show for it within one day. I don't have many projects that have started and finished in the same day. This was my first attempt and I kept getting the maths wrong, so crossed out my numbers and rewritten them a few times. If you can tell what this is, it's basically a magic ring with 8 double crochets into it and then clustering 1 in each except for the corners, and then it's kind of adding an extra corner at the bottom. Does that make sense? And then like a single crochet between them all.
So I did have a go at that first idea and this is how it turned out. Oh, please don't mind my gross nail that broke. It's very puffy. It needs a bit more space around here. So I ditched this plan and I had to go at another one. And this one has more space, but it's still not perfect. So I'm gonna do this one more time. That would be the top, the side, and then this is the point at the bottom, but you can kind of see it's still a bit overloaded in here. This one had just 1 chain between the double crochets. So if I put 2 here, where all the corners go, it needs 2. So I'm gonna use this as a guide and I'm gonna make this again. It looks a little bit wonky still right now, but I think once it's blocked, and obviously this is just the center and I will be working out from this until it's as big as I want it to be, but I think I've got the right shape now. She's gonna be so cute. It almost looks like a little flower in the middle.
So I will be using something like these yarns that I've been using to make my little samples. Something that's cotton or mostly cotton. I really like the texture of that. And then because this skirt is cotton, you know, it's gonna hopefully wash properly. I had been making these little granny squares for a top that I just thought of the other day. Just another project to add to my collection of whips. But these colors are really cute. Maybe something like this. This is pretty cute actually. And then if I ever do end up making the top, this skirt will actually match. Do I want black in it? Because this skirt already has some black in it, like it was bleached from black, I'm wondering if I should include black in the granny square. I have a feeling I'm gonna end up doing about 4 to 5 rows. So I'm thinking I could include these colors and then maybe an extra row of the pink. I'm just gonna try it. If I hate it, I can pull it undone and do it again. I'm gonna make one first and then I'm gonna get changed so I can kind of put it on the skirt and see what it looks like. I find it so hard to make all these decisions, and then like it's not permanent. It won't be permanent once I sew it on. I can always take it off, but I think it's just the investment of time and then knowing if I hate it that I've just wasted time. But you know, we're experimenting. This is good. I don't know why I make this so hard. This is meant to be fun. I got changed. I did bring in this skirt, which also has the same kind of pockets. In fact, these are probably more the shape I'm after. This will help me with placement when I'm putting them on the other skirt. But as you can see, with our tiny little version, they are roughly the same shape. I'm gonna keep this one as a sample, but I think I'm going to try and make the center little flower part a different color, like make each row a different color. So I guess it'll kind of look more like a star or a sun in the middle being a different color. Or a spider, since it's got 8 legs. These ones are from Spotlight. They're called Brighton. They're 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. I don't want things to shrink. I will probably pre-shrink this before I sew it on when I do my blocking. So that should save us from any problems with it like bunching up after it goes in the wash together as one piece. Okay, I'm gonna make one with black and one without and see which one I like best. Covered in cat fur, but what can you do? We'll deal with that as it comes. I'm gonna keep this one put together for now because it's gonna be my little template. I wonder if instead of a magic ring, I should actually chain. I think I should chain because it's already kind of opening up too big. So I think I'm gonna chain 5 and work into that instead of my magic ring.
This is looking really cute, but I'm noticing there is just too many stitches in this area for it to lie flat. So I'm thinking about changing the number of stitches I do in these corners, and we'll see if that flattens it out a little bit. I could potentially do 2 in the middle as well, but I think getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches is probably the perfect amount for it to lay flat. So I have to go all the way back around, unfortunately, because I started here. Yeah, see if that can improve the pattern a little bit. And it's full of cat fur. That's what happens when you have 2 cats. Okay, I can see it's almost working, and it'll probably go flat with blocking, but I think I'm gonna have to go back and make these parts just 2 double crochets in the corner clusters, if I'm making sense. So I'm gonna take off the black, I'm gonna go back and take out a stitch for each of these and then do the black again. Okay, I think this is as close I'm gonna get to what I'm wanting. I think it's gonna turn out fine after it's blocked. I'm kind of wondering if I should have done 2 double crochets between each of these, but I don't know, I like this pattern. I think it'll be okay once it's blocked. I'm gonna commit to it. I'm gonna do the next 2 rows, and I think I've decided I'm gonna not include the grey color so that I can include more of the pink and the purple, like these 2. Yeah, we don't need the grey. It's a pretty grey though. It's like silver. So I'm gonna do 1 more row of this fuchsia color and then finish with my favorite in this one, which is this variegated. It's kind of like purple denim. Actually, I think that's the name of the color. No, it's called Blueberry Mix actually, but I feel like it looks like purple denim, which is what this is. I need to go eat something and then I'm going to continue this, I think. I'll see you again soon. I've just finished the 4th row and I intended to add the 5th, which looks like it's going to work out perfectly because this is it sitting on the pocket of my other skirt that I kind of want to replicate. I think 1 more row will make it just the right size. You can see now I've added that last row and it's the perfect size. It's just a little bit wonky here and I'm still hoping that blocking will fix it because I mean it's kind of made so that sits flat and it's got this extra part here, so I'm not sure whether this is going to work or not. I'm kind of forcing it to be a shape that maybe isn't ideal. It's not perfect, but I still think it's going to do a pretty good job. So I'm wondering whether to reverse the fuchsia and the purple. Like I would like to keep it so there's still only 1 round of the black, but I might make the other one with this color on the outside and this row, maybe. I'm going to have a look at what it looks like on the purple skirt and decide. This is going to be so cute, but I'm still not sure if I want to make the other one exactly the same or reverse the colors. What do you guys think? Now I have finished this one of the pockets. It is still being a little bit puffy at the bottom. I think it would go away with blocking. While I'm starting on the second pocket anyway, I figured I might as well test another idea I had. Because these corners are not right angles, these right angles, this works perfectly, but because these are not right angles, using less stitches worked, but there is still too many stitches between those wider angles. So I think if I go back to this row and only have 2 stitches there, 2 stitches there, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, it ends up kind of taking out about 6 stitches, which I think works out perfectly to make this flat. So I'm going to experiment doing that with the next one. I'll do this one with less stitches and we'll see if that works out a bit better. Guys, I think I've done it. I think I've figured out the perfect granny square pocket. Now, this one was a bit wonky, pretty, but wonky. This one looks almost perfect. I think if I block this, it'll be great. They're both the same number of rounds. I just took out those
few stitches in the bottom so that all of these are just 2 double crochets instead of 3. And I also did one on the sides that was like that too. So from this row, and this row, those ones are all just 2 double crochets, whereas in this one between all of the corners it was 3. It was just too many stitches and it was doing things. I noticed even after I just took out these ones that these sides, even just for the black round, were still kind of wanting to do this. Now everyone's got enough space, everyone's happy. I'm gonna quickly undo this one and fix those double crochet stitches so that I can wet these and wet block them on my blocking board. I'm also really happy, I think, with my decision to invert the colors. I think it's cute having 2 slightly different pockets and I can't wait to see what they look like on the skirt. Okay, I have finished my 2 pockets and I've woven it on my ends, and after doing a little bit of research on the best way to block these now, I think I've decided to just put them in the wash. I have some other cotton stuff that needs to get washed anyway, so just put them through a cycle in the washing machine, which does mean, though, I was hoping to get this project finished today, but because I'm going to have to wait for it to dry, it's probably going to become a weekend project now. But making these did turn out pretty quick. Now that I know the pattern, I could definitely make these a lot quicker. So I'm gonna go and block these now, and I will see you again when we take them off the blocking board and sew them onto the skirt. Hello, it's the next day. I've had a look to see if our pockets from yesterday are dry, and they certainly are. They look like they're going to come off the blocking board pretty nicely, so I wanted to show you before I pull out the pins, because this is one of my favorite parts. If you have to block a project, it's really satisfying to see it hold its shape when you take out the pins. So let's have a look. If it stays, looking pretty good. So crisp. One more. All right, it's maintaining its new shape, which is perfect because now both of these are oh my God, they're so nice and crisp. The corners are so good. There we go. I'm going to put them on the skirt now, I think. The only thing I will say about these pockets is obviously, unless you line them with fabric as well, you can't put anything in that will like fall through the little holes. But honestly, I just wanted a way to put my phone in my pocket. So these are going to be just fine. Now I'm going to pin these to the skirt. I'm going to use that other skirt as a guide again. You could also probably put chalk on the other one and transfer it to this, but I don't think it has to be that precise. So I'm going to just eyeball it. I tried it on and it just doesn't quite look right. Okay, this isn't as straightforward as I thought, but I am going to just use this skirt to figure out the measurements. Am I being picky? Yeah, I want it to look cute. Does one side look higher than the other? Oh no. This one's too close to the middle. Because do you count this as the center or the center of this? See, there's this strap which makes this look like the center. But if you look at this skirt, that's the dead center. Then that would make sense. I think I'm just gonna stick with my gut and maybe just be lazy and leave it how it is. I'm gonna try this on again and check if it's in the right place and hopefully not stab myself in the butt with a pin. That took like longer than I anticipated, but I think it was worth it. We're gonna hand sew it. If you guys know any tips or tricks about sewing crochet pieces onto fabric, like maybe which stitches to sew around or like which part of the stitch to sew around, please let me know. I think this is a really cute, easy way to add to a garment, especially because I love crocheting so much and you can just make your own patterns and you don't have to get out the sewing machine. I could do this with the sewing machine, but I have a feeling my foot would eat it. I just don't really want to get my sewing machine out, to be honest.
but this is actually fine. I think when I get in a bit of a rhythm, I'm going to just like put some YouTube on or something and do this because it's probably going to take me a little while. It's 6:06 now. Let's see how long it takes me to do the first pocket. Wish me luck. Okay, that honestly only took about 20-25 minutes. It's 6:33 now, maybe half an hour, but it's looking really cute. I've done one, so it's going to take me another half an hour to do the other one, and to be honest, I'm kind of tired and I just want to have a break from doing this. So I think I might end up sewing the other one on later tonight or tomorrow, and then tomorrow I can try them on and show you guys how they're looking. I'm going to do the other one. No, I'm going to go have a break. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, I know I said I was going to get this finished the day after I was working on it the other day, but I think it's been about 2 weeks. I finally sewed on the other pocket and I'm pretty happy. They're big enough to put my hands in. I'm a little bit worried about them stretching is the only thing, like stretching at the top here. But you know what? The thing is, I made these myself. I can probably fix them myself if that does happen. I'm about to test putting my phone in my pocket. I'll try and film that in the mirror, I guess, since I'm filming on my phone right now. Sorry to just like show you my butt, but you know. Alright, that is all for this video. I'm super happy with how these pockets turned out, but let me know what you think in the comments. I am in the process of writing this pattern up and filming a video tutorial, so you all can make your own granny square patch pockets to put on whatever you want, whether that's clothes or maybe even on a bag. And I will link that video here when it comes out. But for now, thank you so much for watching till the end. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!